Hi, everybody.
Hello.
We are
No Gloss.
Hold tight for our intro music.
Nailed it.
Woo! Music is everything.
We love it.
Okay. So this episode number 7, we're talking about our career, calling, finding our path. We have done so many things in our short amount of life.
Yes.
But first, we always like to give a little update on what our week looked like.
Yes.
So, do you want to share what happened this week, and then
Yes.
I'll add in my tidbit or
For sure.
2 cents.
Yes. So,
So-
as y'all know, we've talked about, we walk a lot. And so we were walking our
10K,
neighborhood.
baby.
Yes. And we were walking our neighborhood the other night. And it was kind of late. Like, what time is it? Like 9 or 10?
Yeah, like 9:30. It was me and you.
Yeah.
Alone.
Yeah.
Normal.
So we were alone and we were walking, and then all of a sudden, like, we both heard it at the same time. Someone kind of walking kind of close behind us, and like a shopping bag kind of, rustling around, like he was
Mhm.
walking with a grocery bag or something.
Yeah.
So I peeked behind, and both of us kind of are paranoid, but we calm the other one down. So it's kind of funny. So if I'm escalated, she'll calm me, and if she's escalated, I'll calm her. So I was like looking, she's like, it's fine. And then she's like looking over her shoulder. And we're both kind of like, ooh, okay, that's weird. And he was like it was this guy getting like a little closer. And we're like, okay, this is weird. So we kind of like started walking a little faster. And we're trying to get into like this wide open parking lot of a school that was like across the street. So like we cross the street and he disappears onto a dark porch. It
Yeah.
had no light.
Really weird.
And I was like, Case, he legit just like went on that porch. She's like, he's just going home. No worries. I'm like, he's not going in the house. Like, he's gone. So we were like, okay, whatever. So we were like, let's go. Like,
It was weird. Yeah.
That was weird. So we go around the block and we're heading home and we're walking towards our house. And here he comes like towards us on the other side of the street.
Yeah.
With no plastic bag. So we ditched the plastic bag, which that probably had nothing to do with it, but I thought it was kind of sus.
Ditched the plastic bag, picked
Yeah.
up a cigarette.
Yeah. So he's smoking and he's kind of walking. I go, Baker, that's him. That's him. And she's like, wait a minute. We were like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So he's coming on the other side and we're like, let's head inside. This is very creepy. So we walked like past our house so it didn't look like he saw us. But Casey's like, I'm going to peek over my shoulder to see like, what he's doing. And he had passed us. He was looking back at us.
Yes.
It was like a scary movie.
Around watching us.
Legit scary.
And we live in a super safe neighborhood. Like,
Yeah.
we walk around here all the time.
Constantly.
And I would say I know everyone that walks this
Yes.
neighborhood.
The
We know them.
dogs,
We
the people.
recognize them. We say hi. It's like a little community.
Yeah.
So he stuck out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, we're like, he is not normally here. So anyways, so we go in the house and we get Jordy and Brent and we're like, guys, this is like super sketch.
Yeah.
And Casey's like, he'll be back. And sure enough, we look out the window and he is coming back on the opposite side of the street, which is the street on our house. Like,
Yes, that we
by
live
our
on.
house. And he comes walking by and Brent was out there and he's like, bro, do you need something? He goes, no, do you? And we were like, what in the world? So he walked by and we called the cops and we were like, this is a non-emergency call, but we just want to let you guys know, like, this is pretty creepy. Well, Brent and Jordy went and tried to find him and they did find him and he was going to different porches, just like going up to them.
Yes.
So we don't know what happened, but the police did come. They were amazing.
They were
Shout
so
out to our
nice.
police officers. Like, it was just the sweetest thing. They validated our fear
Yes.
and they were like, you guys did the right thing. And
I was
and-
just telling them, like, we don't know if anything's happening. We don't know if this just seemed weird. I didn't have a good feeling about it. And they were like, always call. And we didn't call 911. We called the non-emergency line. And they came and were like, always call because you never know. And Brent and Jordy, I mean, they followed him. And this
Yeah.
guy was just walking up onto people's porches in the dark.
Yeah.
So who knows what he was doing.
So yeah, that was scary. But Case put like a little neighborhood watch out and
Oh yeah, so we have a Facebook group, that's a private group of all of the people in our neighborhood, and this guy, he is so invested in
So
it, and
sweet.
he's commenting, "I'm so sorry that happened to y'all. I'm so sorry. This should not be happening." He was checking back on his Ring camera. Anyways, everybody's looking out.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a high adrenaline night.
Yeah.
I'm
never
never
saw him again.
afraid to call the police, to be
Yeah.
honest. Especially like working at the Dream Center, I call them very, very frequently.
Yeah.
I'm never afraid to call them because I'm just like, what if?
Rather be safe.
What if this was something that's a problem? And then we just let them figure it out. Like if they don't think it's an emergency, then I can chill.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was very sus. But we never saw him again, and the police were driving around with their spotlight in
was so
people's
funny.
yards, and they didn't find him. So
Yeah.
nobody. And then I told like our neighborhood group, and nobody had seen him again. So it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But
we're
then
safe.
you know how those it's weird how fear can kind of like get at you a little bit. So then I was thinking, okay, is every door locked? Are the kids safe? Is everybody okay? All the things. And I am just thinking, Casey, no, I do not have the spirit of fear. Power, love, and a sound mind. We are safe. We have a hedge of protection around us. We are good. Everybody was fine. No more issues.
We were good.
Yeah. So there's our story of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, we're gonna talk about all the things we have done. Me and Binker have had so many jobs.
So many jobs.
So let's not like we had a job, got fired, got a new job. Like no, we have
multiple at a time.
multiple at a time. So what were some that let's try to think all the way back to Centralia.
Yeah. So when I was 16, I had 5 jobs. So I was working at Cup of Joe Coffee Shop as a barista.
That was one of our favorite jobs.
The best ever.
Shout out to all the Votebergs.
Oh, the best.
Yeah.
And then I was working at Juggling Java, a restaurant downtown, and that was super fun.
That was so fun where we were paid cash.
Yes, that was amazing. And the chicken ranch sandwich?
Oh my goodness.
Fresh, soft, homemade roll like bread
with
with like
so
ranch,
good.
chicken, and bacon.
Yes. Chicken bacon ranch.
Chicken bacon
yeah,
ranch.
that was
super
fire.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, that was good. And then I also worked at our fitness center, Thorbex, which you did too.
Yeah.
As a group fitness instructor. That was a blast. So much fun.
And in 3, 2, 1, let's walk it out.
I mean, I was really good at it. I'm not gonna lie.
I bet you were.
I nannied for 2 different families. One had 5 kids. The other had like 4, I think, or 3. Nannied them on top of all of that, and it was the best ever. I had so much fun.
And you were making so much money and spending none of it on me.
On cars. I mean, I bought all my cars cash.
Yes, she did. Yeah,
which was awesome.
didn't.
Drowning in debt.
Her cars cash. She had so much savings, and I spent
investing.
all my money. Yeah, she started investing. I spent all my money on her
It was the
and
best.
experiences, and I have 0 regrets.
Seriously,
I drove my dad let me drive the little Mazda B2000 stick shift.
Yes.
And I drove that everywhere except, do you remember the summer? So Dustin had this really nice Mustang because he always had super nice cars. That was like his thing, big car guy. And he had this super nice Mustang, and they started a landscaping business, him and Ryan.
Yeah.
We have a whole bunch of innovators in our family.
Oh, yeah.
Like nobody sits around. We get
Nope.
stuff done. And so they started a landscaping business, and they said, Case, for the summer, we actually need the truck. So can you drive the Mustang?
Oh, sad day.
And I was like, you're kidding me. I'm 16 or 17.
Yeah.
Driving that thing around town, driving it to
And
work.
it was loud.
It was loud. It turned heads. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
beautiful. That was such a fun summer.
That was
And
so
then we
fun.
would go in Centralia. We'd go cruising, which was, I'm telling you, one street.
Literally.
One street, and everybody would hang out. This was before even cell phones and all that
Yeah.
stuff. People would just hang out in the parking lot.
Yeah.
So there was tons of people out in the parking lot, and we'd
We'd
drive
rev the
by
engine.
fast, revving the engine over and over.
And racing people.
And racing people. Yeah, that was really fun. Okay, so Juggling Java. We both worked Juggling Java.
Yep.
We both did
Cup of Joe.
Cup of Joe. That barista job was probably one of our favorite
the
ones. It was
absolute
so much
best.
fun. That was really, really fun.
Mhm.
And then Thorbex. We both worked at Thorbex.
Yep.
That was our fitness center.
Yep.
Whitney did group fitness. I worked the front desk. I was a lifeguard actually with Brittany Hinson.
Yes.
We go way back. We were lifeguards, and
That's crazy. I forgot about that.
yeah, she was. Brittany Hinson is an incredible swimmer.
Yes.
I mean, so good.
So
I am average. I don't know how I was a lifeguard, but I was.
Yeah.
And then I started managing the front desk there. And then I started managing the main front desk.
Yep.
And then I moved up to managing accounting.
Mhm.
They taught me and trained me in all accounting. I was managing the accounting office. And then from there, what else was I doing? We were we were the worship leaders at our church.
Yes.
So we led worship on Sundays. as
And
well as
every
Wednesday
events,
nights.
yeah.
Any events,
Every
we were the
event.
main worship leaders.
Mhm.
And this is something funny. Do you remember this? Okay, we were the worship leaders, and Dustin was the youth pastor.
Mhm.
And he was like, our worship has got to improve. Like, we need a killer band.
That doesn't
And-
sound like him.
We need a killer band. So he got these rockers. Remember them?
No.
They were like, I mean, headbangers.
Oh, I do remember.
Back in the day, like bang your head while you're playing the guitar.
Yes.
I mean, rough group. And he was like, Case, I need you to like teach these guys how to play worship, and this will be so fire. And they come in so rough around the edges, and I am like, oh Lord, please help me. And we had the best time,
It
and
was
we
so
made the
fun.
best band. They loved it. I mean,
Yeah.
long hair, tats, whipping their head around, head banging to every fast song. And then we would do that one slow song all the time that it would be like so slow, down, 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 down.
What?
Really,
guys,
really
I don't
quiet.
remember any of this. I'm like,
And
what?
then they would go and hit the guitar.
Name the song. Try.
Oh my goodness.
Name
was,
it.
House Fires. Maybe it was House Fires. And
I dare you to
all
move.
I want.
Oh, that
You're
one
all
is good.
I need.
Yes.
And they would go to town
I
on
thought
the
it was
drums.
like, I dare you to move.
Dare you to pick yourself up off the floor.
No.
Okay. Anyways, we had a killer band. So Dustin, if you're listening, you were so right on.
Yes.
And I think all of those guys gave
Nailed
their hearts
it.
to the Lord, and we had a killer band. It was super fun. But me and Whitney were the worship leaders.
Yeah.
So it was us and then a rocker crew. So you fit in.
He plays guitar.
He's
wicked
so
sweet.
cool. Oh man,
What is
that
that?
was
Princess
fun.
Diaries?
Oh my goodness.
Anybody? Princess Diaries?
Oh, that is hilarious.
Wow.
Okay, so we did that from Thorbeck. So we both kind of moved up in our jobs
Mhm.
really quickly.
Yes.
We are very determined.
Mhm.
We are extremely hard workers.
Mhm.
We take initiative. All of this attributed to our dad.
Yes.
So we really like. What did I say that wrong?
Attributed.
Attributed.
I mean, whatever. It
All
works.
of this attributed to our dad.
Yes.
And we work really hard.
Yep.
And so it constantly paid off, like moving up. We also ran all the events at church.
Yep.
So anything that happened at church, we made it happen. So
did
there
it.
was no PCO, there was no, you just made the order in Word doc and printed it and put it on everybody's stand so they knew what to do.
Yep.
And then from there, I was at Thorbeck's, but then I started actually overseeing Fast Pitch Northwest.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that was a fun job that I had. It's a company in the Northwest that helps teenagers who are playing fast pitch get viewed by colleges.
Yeah.
So they were getting scouted out, so we would do tournaments for them. So I put on all the tournaments
Didn't you know
all
like
around.
Tim Tebow or something? Or what's his name?
I mean,
Lyle.
Yeah, Lyle Overman.
Tim Tebow. Who is that?
Tim Tebow is NFL, right?
I hope Dustin doesn't listen to this
He's
one.
the one that prays when he gets the touchdown, goes down on his
Yes.
knees, gives glory to God. Love it. So yeah, that was really fun season. And then from there, what were you doing during that time when I worked for
I
Fast
think the
Pitch
same
Northwest?
jobs.
Yeah.
I stuck with those for a while.
Yeah. So I traveled. I worked part-time at Thorbeck's and then part-time with Fast Pitch Northwest and traveled around and did tournaments. And I ran all of them for like
Mhm.
500-600 girls. And we do big tournament weekends. And I just, made those events happen, which were really fun. And then what happened from there? Like, give me some
Well, you
context.
wanted to go to counseling.
Okay.
Not
So I
go
did,
to counseling, go into counseling.
Yeah, so I did our internship program.
Yeah.
It was called GTC, Generation Training Center.
Yep.
And I did that. And from there,
3 years?
I did 3 years. And 2 years, and then third year I was on his staff. And you just did 1 year?
Yeah.
1 year.
So I will say, our parents made it mandatory for all of us to do 1 year.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they said you will do 1 year of this internship program, and then you can go on and do what you want.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of a trick because every single one of the siblings they did the year, they did another year,
Yeah.
then they directed the program.
Yeah.
Lindsay did that, Dustin did that, Ryan did that. And then Casey did that.
Yep.
And then it came around
And what
to me.
happened to baby?
I said, I will do 1 year and then I'm going to go to college.
Did you learn anything?
Yes. But everyone's like, oh, yeah, right. You're
Right.
going to do the 2 years and you're going to do exactly what your family did.
Yeah.
And I didn't. And
You
I
blazed your own trail.
blazed my own trails. So that's when I moved to Texas, went to college, and got my associate's degree. That's it. We'll get into that.
First one in our family. Am I
Yeah.
saying that right?
Yep.
Yeah, to
go
get
to
her
college.
college degree.
Yep.
So we all got our education just through biblical studies through the Northwest. So really in the pastoral lane is
Mhm.
where we all went. But the first to go to like college,
Mhm.
get her associate's degree, and now a full blown nurse.
Nursing degree.
Whitney Godsey,
And that was a journey
RN.
as well that we'll talk about.
Yeah. Okay.
because-
So during that time, I
Mhm.
worked at Fast Pitch Northwest.
Yep.
Went to internship school at GTC. Worked at the church part time. I was paid part time to do worship. Brent was paid part time to do worship as
Mhm.
well. And then from there,
Did you go?
jogged my memory. I wanted to do
moved.
counseling.
Mhm.
I
And the
really,
beauty school
really
like we
bad
talked
wanted
about
to do
before.
counseling. I really, really bad wanted to go
Yeah.
to beauty school. Those were things that, and it's kind of interesting because I felt all those things. I also would have loved to go overseas and do any kind of missions work, but I've always had a heart for people, and so I think I constantly was trying to figure out ways to how can this be a part of my life because I love people so much and I want to be able to help them. I feel like I felt from a young age that I have wisdom and discernment that I could help people and inspire them along the journey of their life.
And we did a lot of mission trips with the internship.
A lot
and
of
all that.
mission trips. Yes. Yeah. In the summer, we'd go multiple times to Mexico,
Thailand.
Thailand. Yeah, exactly. Okay. What other things did you do?
Yeah. So then after that, so she was pursuing ministry at that time.
Mhm.
And then I moved to Texas. After I got my associates, I was working at Pastor D's church, Church 1132. And I was working there as the missions director. So 8 years I was on staff at the church.
Wow.
So, and
with
also
Brother D.
Brother D, it was so much fun. And we sent trips around the whole world. We would send out 7 trips in the summer over, all the countries. I got to go visit them in their different countries on the different
goodness.
trips. And it was like, honestly, a dream job. But I had always had a burning passion to be a nurse and always do like medical missions to meet a tangible need when I went overseas. And I was like, man, I just wish I had something I could really bring, to meet these needs. And I never honestly thought I was smart enough to do nursing because everyone talks about how hard it is until one
like
day.
the hardest thing
The
to do.
hardest thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I was homeschooled. I totally discounted myself until God just lit a fire in me. And I was like, what in the world? Why am I letting this hold me back? Like, I can do it. And so that's when, like I said, I worked at the church for 8 years and I just slowly started pursuing like prerequisites for nursing while I was working. And then I told Dustin, I was like, I cannot shake this. I've got to pursue this dream. And so then I started working. I worked a ton of places in Texas before. I worked at
She has worked
Saxby's
everywhere.
Coffee. I worked at Olive Garden. I worked at iPick. I worked at what's the Union Bear.
Oh yeah, Union Bear.
Union Bear. I did a lot of things.
You had
and
multiple things going at all times.
at all times.
Yeah.
Yep. And so, with that said, I took the entrance test. This is going to go somewhere. But I took the entrance test for nursing, and a lot of you might know this, called the T's, but it's very basic knowledge. And I did horrible. And I
Peter.
felt like my world shattered. I was like, okay, maybe nursing is not for me, but I was like, absolutely not. And again, lit a fire under me, like I've talked about with the boards.
Mhm.
And I was like, no. And embarrassingly enough, I took that test 8 times.
Oh my goodness, Binker.
And I think that's the record. I honestly do. My professor could not believe it.
Oh my
And I took it 8
gosh.
times to get a score, and I got denied into nursing school 1 round, and then the second round, I told him, I said, you know me by now, my director,
Yeah.
Mr. Huey, shout out, you are the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
And he just stuck with me, and he
Yeah.
goes, I know you by now. You're not going to stop. I go, no.
Wow.
And so to any of you who feel discouraged and like giving up, if you don't
Yep.
get your answer the first time, you can keep fighting and you can get it.
Come
And God's
on.
perfect timing. And
Yes.
sometimes, I look back and I'm like, wow, that is crazy. Like, how did I do that? But God just gave me the grace and I kept taking it and discouraged every time, but
Yeah.
I still moved forward. And so then I went on, and then pursued nursing school full time. And yeah, I mean, here I am.
Talk about resilience.
I
So
can't
if God
believe
puts a calling in your heart,
Yep.
you better believe that the enemy is going to do everything he can to
Oh,
make
yeah.
you think that that is not the thing for you. And I
Yes.
think something about you, Binker, is you probably, like, obviously that's a setback, but you have such deep roots and history with God that
Yep.
okay, any attack against this is 1000% letting me know that I am in the
Yep.
right lane.
Absolutely.
So if you hear anything today,
Yep.
whether it's your calling, whether it's where you're at in your life,
Yep.
whether it's a scenario, a family member, a miracle you're waiting
Yeah.
on, any attack against something that's deep in your heart from
Mhm.
God,
Yep.
I am doing the right thing. And
Absolutely.
it sucks. Like that it doesn't make it any easier, but I
shoots your
do
pride.
think it lights the fire just a little bit more
Yeah.
of, okay, this is exactly what I was meant
It's
to
where I
do.
should be. Yeah.
Yes.
Where I should be at. Yeah.
Yeah. There's going to be opposition and resistance anytime we're
Yeah.
moving forward to advance the calling God has on our life. Because
Absolutely.
obviously that's the last thing the enemy would want you to be doing.
Yep.
Because you are now a killer nurse making moves, and
Mhm.
before you know it, you will be running the universe. I have no doubt in my mind. Anybody who has a baby and has the opportunity to have you as their nurse is the
Aw.
most lucky, blessed human being ever.
Aw.
You're so encouraging. It's
That is
clearly
so
what you're
sweet.
called to.
Thank
So
you, Binker.
I think everybody needs to hear that it was not easy. How many
It was
years?
not easy. 5 years to get my nursing degree, but that was after I got my associates in
So
general studies.
7 years
Yeah.
pursuing a nursing
Mhm.
degree that she felt, I know that
Yep.
this is what God has called me to do.
Yep.
She could have easily had every excuse in the world to just say, I'm walking, I'm
Yeah.
not doing this, but that calling burned in her.
Yep.
And
I
here
couldn't
she is,
stop.
the fulfillment of that, which is
pretty
so
special.
amazing.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in those times, I was just like, what in the world? Because with the TEAS test, that entrance exam, so I took it 8 times, but you can take it 2 times every cycle of like, what's the word? Applying to nursing school. So that was that 2, 4, 6, 8, 4 times of applying.
Oh, my
So
goodness.
yeah, I took it the first 4 times and it wasn't where I wanted it to be for being like competitive, because Collin College is very competitive, folks. And then I applied, and that's when I didn't make it, and then that's when I applied again and made it the last time. So the 4th time, which is insane.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. So
Crazy.
amazing.
And you have to wait in between each of those. So it's not like you just take it again. Like,
Nothing's
to wait.
instant.
No.
You have to wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
So
Well,
anyways.
we admire you and applaud you for
Thank
your
you.
hard work, and it's paying off,
it is paying
which
off.
is, and the
Thank you,
future
Lord.
is so, so bright.
Thank you, Lord.
And no matter what age you are, no matter where you are, it's never too late to pursue your calling
Yes.
and to step into that and to step into exactly what God
Yeah.
has for you. And you will know, just like we said earlier,
Yeah.
you're going to know. He orders our steps. So
Yes.
it's step by step that he
Yeah.
leads you. It's step by step that he guides and
Yes.
directs you. You may not know the full picture, but
Yeah.
we'll do the next right thing.
Absolutely.
Frozen, Elsa had it right. I
Yeah.
will do the next right thing. And that's
Seriously.
exactly what life is.
Yeah.
And I think we've learned that across the board with all of our
Yes.
careers, all the different things that we've done,
Mhm.
all of the different, even like promotions that we've
Yeah.
had without degrees,
Yeah.
without knowledge. I mean, I've come into jobs and I am like, I have no experience or knowledge in this. Like, I've been in
Mhm.
ministry my whole life. I've led worship, but I'm happy to give it a try.
Yeah.
That was like the YMCA.
Mhm.
And in a year, I'm senior executive level,
Yeah.
overseeing schools, campuses, overseeing children, employees out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But that is God
Yep.
just putting his hand and blessing steps that are ordered by
Yes.
him.
Yeah.
And
And favor follows obedience.
Yes, it
because
does.
if you obey God, He will
yep,
bring you that favor. And that's
He
what
will.
Casey has experienced with all of her jobs. I mean, no degree, Are you kidding
Yes.
me? And she walks in and runs the place. And that is just God's favor and hand all over her life. And He's ordered every single one of her steps.
Yes.
So.
And I think something that we have always done, and this probably comes from dad and mom too, how they've raised us, we don't let anybody say no for us.
Yep.
So when I looked at one of these jobs that I was going to apply for, it's like required bachelor's degree, required this amount of experience. And I'm like, nope.
Yep.
Nobody's going to say no for me. Now they can say no when I go in, but I'm still going to take the next step. We don't take no as an answer. It's like, no, I'm going to show up and got hired on the spot. Like, can you start tomorrow? Type of things. Like we've had those scenarios our entire life. So I worked at the YMCA, which I loved. It was so much fun. One of my favorite jobs. I worked there for 3 years, and it was so much fun overseeing all of our youth development and all of our membership. And I had a blast, like super fun. I got Employee of the Year I'm still up on the board. If you go into Salem, my name's up on the board. At the YMCA there, we started a $21 million building campaign to build a new building there, which is absolutely beautiful. And I started doing fundraising, which then I kind of really got like a love for it. It was really fun, started doing it. So then I went into consulting. I got offered a position to do totally remote and be with my kids, be home and do consulting. So that was a huge blessing from the Lord, because it was actually around COVID time, before COVID. So I was home with the kids, and then we started homeschooling them. It was a whole thing. But I held so many different jobs in the middle of that, like admin work. I helped run all the events at church. I was Brent's assistant for a while. You best believe I told him what to do. So yeah, we had so many different things, but favor follows obedience always. So we're going to end with just some quick fire. So, as a kid, what did you want to do? When you, like, the classic question, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Believe it or not, I wanted to be a male woman, because I thought, why are all of the male people male men? I want to be a male woman. So yeah, that was my dream.
Oh my goodness.
Never got fulfilling of that one.
You never became a male woman. It's okay. It's okay. You can still, there's still time, but I think what you're doing now is much more valuable.
I'm done.
I don't know that many lives that you would change doing male work. And we were talking about this in the kitchen earlier, and Jordy said things you learn about your wife for the first time.
Yeah, he never knew that.
So he never knew. I think my career path changed multiple times.
I don't share it with me.
Yeah, it's not very you don't even talk about it that much. I don't know, honestly, what mine was to you. I wanted to be a counselor. I wanted to be a beautician. I wanted to do a million things.
Yeah.
I wanted to change the world. Oh, I wanted to be a gymnast, obviously.
Really
that was huge. Okay, next one, proudest career moment.
Ooh, obviously now.
Yeah.
Obviously becoming a nurse. Honestly, I did feel pretty special when I started being just a tech at the hospital, because I felt it was like one step closer. I was a tech for 3 years before I graduated nursing school.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so special. I was like, I finally got my foot in this door, and not that it, that's crazy, but it was just like special that I was walking into that direction and that path. So I think that was mine for sure.
Yeah. Okay. And
what
then
about yours?
Man, I'm trying to think. I got several.
YMCA.
I got several awards at the YMCA. That was really fun. How it's set up is you can really climb the ladder. Like they give you very clear steps to like how you can climb the ladder. And
you're like, bring it on.
For this like overachiever, that was so much fun. So I did get several awards from the YMCA, which was I really, really enjoyed that. Also, big career moment would be when I went into fundraising and when we would raise massive amounts of money. There is no feeling like that.
It's about to happen at the Dream Center
Gala.
Yes,
that's right. Getting that first even message of so-and-so wants to meet, they're ready to give $1 million. It's like, let's go, baby. Because fundraising is all about seeds. And you're literally sowing seed after seed after seed, and it can be so monotonous, and then out of nowhere it pays off, and you're just like, yes, I was a part of that. We're about to do that at our Dream Center Gala. Dream Center is our nonprofit organization, hub of ministry in South Dallas, meeting the needs of the community. One of the highest needs neighborhoods in South Dallas or in the city of Dallas, and it's located in South Dallas. And we're doing our fundraising gala this Friday night, so it's going to be so much fun. Our fifth one. And if you need a place to give, if you want a nonprofit where you can give back and where the fruit is incredibly massive, consider Dream Center. Just a shameless plug there. DreamCenterDallas.com.
It's the best ever.
Yeah, it's the best. Okay. Let's do your biggest lesson learned.
Ooh.
Over all your, like through the career, biggest lesson learned, and then we'll wrap it up.
I think honesty and integrity in the workplace.
Yep.
Because that is seen, character is seen, and that will get you places. And I think for me, I've seen that in every single job. I prided myself in never being late. I wanted to always be on time. I wanted just to show them that I took my job seriously.
Yep.
And I believe that that probably goes for you too, but it's just like they see that. Our bosses see that, our managers have seen that, and that's what has progressed us further in our lives and careers.
And even when it's been hard to be honest and seeing other people that are not, and seeing other people that are not filled with integrity, even like you could have the opportunity to cheat on every test and you never chose to do that. Just like, small little things that integrity, honesty, definitely, I would say. And I actually taught on integrity to our 6th grade lead team last night. And our children's pastor, Jocelyn, she told a story about when she was growing up and something that a coach said to her. And this stuck with me because I'm like, this is how we have done our lives. And she said, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. And just the importance of focusing on how I do one thing, that's the way I do everything. And we have brought that into from a young age. I mean, 14 years old working at Juggling Java.
Right.
We were the most excellent, the most dependable. I remember even grown adults who were late to their shift. And I'm like, what are we doing here?
Seriously.
At 14. Like, no, that'll be Paisley.
Yes.
Like, who does this?
Right.
This is not okay. You need to honor. I would say honor as well has been a huge part of learning.
And submission.
Honor and submission.
Yes.
Even if your boss or your leader tells you to do something that you don't agree with, not morally, you know what I'm saying? But like just they feel like this is the way it needs to go.
You gotta
honor, respect, and trust in knowing I am coming under their authority and God will honor me as I lift others up. And I've had some crazy experiences in work. People that have really, really, really not liked me or try to talk bad about me or try to get me fired. I had people try to get me fired. I've had people swear at me. I've had the most insane, like other employees trying to get me out of there. But I would say honesty, integrity, trusting my leadership and doing the right thing when everyone's watching, when no one's watching. And the way I do one thing, that's the way I do everything. I'm going to show up and I'm going to be dependable. And this is what also Pastor Matthew Barnett, he always says, outlast everyone. And I feel that's the same that's just how we work. Like, I'm going to outlast all y'all. Like you can hate today and tomorrow and we'll just see how long you're going to hate for, but we will outlast everybody. I think that's kind of something, our life motto. Okay. So we want to encourage, just a quick recap. We want to encourage everybody, pursue your calling and stick with obedience to your calling and watch it pay off and watch God honor you even when it's hard. You might be in a really, really tough season and you might be thinking, oh my gosh, there's no way I'm going to ever do fill in the blank, but trust God. And we are testaments of that. Binker specifically is a huge testament of resilience, giving everything 110%, not giving up and really clinging to God's promises and saying, this is it for me. And God has brought her through that. So next week, this was so fun. This is really fun.
Can I say one more thing?
Go.
Just something really, really fast.
Yes.
Age does not matter, guys.
Yes.
So if you want to do something, pursue a career or just something that you were like, oh, discounting yourself for being too old. I mean, I am a pure example. I was looking around and all of my colleagues were in their 20s, pursuing nursing. And obviously I had some my age, which was encouraging too and really a blessing.
Yeah.
But it's never too late. It's never too late.
It's
And I had
never
people
too late.
way older than me in my class too. And I was like, yes,
Yeah.
go for it.
Yes.
It's never too late.
It's
So
never too
don't-
late.
You won't
Late.
look back and regret pursuing something, but
Yes.
you will look back and regret not doing something. So
Absolutely.
I think that can really minister to
Absolutely.
somebody.
That's so good.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's really, really good. Okay, so next episode, we are talking about health, fitness, and body image.
Yes.
Woo!
That's
So
gonna be
we've got some
fun.
good content for everybody. Thank you for listening. Go pursue your calling. Go pursue your dreams. Do the hard thing, and it
Yes.
will pay off. Be honest. Be filled with integrity. And the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. So get out there and do everything well.
Yes.
All right, we are
No Gloss.